And here's the story from the New York Post. Tinder tests out new height filter to help people connect more intentionally. We know what they're doing. This is short genocide.
Yeah. Shortman, you're done. It's over for you. Over. It was over before because as soon as they found out how tall you were, but now they're not even going to let.
Now it's more over.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
More over. They say, is the reign of the short king over on Tinder? The platform has been accused of superficiality after testing out a new feature that allows users to screen potential matches based on height. This is part of a broader effort to help people connect more intentionally on Tinder. The new vetting function, which came to light via Reddit and other platforms, is located in the discovery section, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. The bigger complaint that I've heard is that trans women will list themselves as women on Tinder. And there are a bunch of dudes on X being like, when you load up Tinder, it'll show you dudes when you select for women. So what's to stop a guy from just putting in a lie? It's just so dumb. They're like, if you're short, it won't let you pop up. Okay, so they'll just go in their profile and lie about their height.
I mean, you'd think that the simple answer would be obvious, but apparently it's not. All of the people that I saw, I tweeted about this, and all the people that I saw responding, they were all just like, well, what about the weight filter for women? Which is, I mean, the obvious, the obvious question.
I don't want any chonkers.
Yep.
Agree.
You remember Homer had that shirt, no fat chicks? Well, he wanted that shirt. But of course, that would be offensive. They wouldn't allow that.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I think anything the Tinder app does is inherently evil just because of their profit motive and their business model is to keep people on the app. So, they want the more superficiality, the better, because they don't want people forming genuine connections. Because if they're in a long-term relationship, they're not on Tinder.
That sounds like an anti-capitalist statement.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be, this sort of idea that you can do whatever it takes to make money without any regard to morals. If that's anti-capitalist, then sure, I'm anti-capitalist, but I'm more anti-communist than I am.
That is the leftist argument, though. They misattribute corruption. They claim that capitalism and corruption are one and the same, whereas most capitalists are like, no, you're talking about bad things we don't like. But I got to say, I do think the laissez-faire capitalists overlook stuff like this, and they're very dumb. Like, I'm pro-tariff. Not universal blind blanket tariffs, but I think the American people can't compete with Chinese slave labor. Chinese peasant labor, okay, let's be more factual. But there's these libertarians that are like, no, it's good. It's better that Chinese peasants are taking all the jobs and Americans are living in trailers and can't afford to buy food. So then we got to give them tax benefits and half of them don't get that. I'm like, yeah, that's all really bad.
Yeah, capitalism only works with a moral foundation.
We don't have
it. That's true. But,
have it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the end result is just capitalism won't work then.
Right.
Like pure laissez-faire capitalism, I think won't work because, and this is always the craziest argument that I hear from ANCAPs. It's like monopolies form, evil people motivated by evil things will make bad products that hurt people and they'll get away with it. And then I hear from libertarians and laissez-faire guys that say, if the product's hurting people, people stop buying it. And I'm like, then explain all the chemicals in our food, all the weird garbage that we know is causing problems that's still there. It's because the effects aren't immediate. So these companies get away with putting weird garbage in our food that we and our kids eat. It's causing generational diseases and chronic illness, and nothing's stopping it.
Yep. And the way you're describing Tinder is also that's Big Pharma's whole deal, right? Just mask the problem. We don't want to cure anything. We don't want to give you a lasting, cure with like a healthy relationship or an actual cure to your disease. We want to keep you hooked onto this medicine forever.
That's why they endorse transitioning kids or young people because they they put them on a drug regime for the rest of their lives.
Yep. Drug slaves.
So
they love it.
So I wouldn't put it past them put it past a corporation to be like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't, connect people. Maybe it's better to, have people kind of meet each other and hook up and then look for the next one, which is really what Tinder does, right? Yeah. Like for the most part, there are people that I'm sure that have decided to have some kind of relationship, but it really is about, meeting someone and then hooking up and then moving on to the next one.
Well, so they say, meanwhile, regular tier users can already customize several preferences within the discovery settings, including age, range, sexual orientation, and distance. I'm curious. I'm married. I don't use Tinder. I honestly don't think I've ever actually used Tinder. I was on it maybe like 15 years ago. I don't think I ever actually used it. Like I swiped on it and sent messages. I don't think I ever actually had a successful connection or anything. But I don't know this, and I wonder if you put your sexual orientation as like a guy and you put straight, will it still send you trans women? Because the leftist argument is, but trans women are women.
Yeah.
I mean,
They might.
Yeah, you have to set your orientation to super straight.
isn't that a bigoted or something like that? And people are like, "Oh, you're a bigot if you say that." Just like everything else.
I have to just put bigot in the thing and see what happens.
But I do think that there are, if maybe not Tinder, but there are, dating sites that you will connect a straight male with a trans woman.
Yeah.
And that's a recipe for disaster.
So I never did any of this stuff. The closest I ever came to it was Hot or Not before MySpace. Yeah.
That was like the first social network.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hot or Not.
Hot or Not. Yeah.
That's
Great
what
times.
Facebook started out as, right?
Was
Kinda?
it?
No.
No, I think it was an early social media, but it wasn't Facebook.
Yeah, I think
Facebook- I know-
Facebook was inspired by it or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Zuckerberg made the.
Gen Z's and Gen Alpha are screwed.
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to... So, it was funny because I was reading some guy talking about this on X, where I saw the story, and he was mentioning, like, when, like, the glory days of early Tinder, you just went on there and swiped, and you'd meet up with people, and then now it's all these filters and all of these weird 666 things from women. It's just... It's impossible to use. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe the whole thing just implodes on itself.
Yeah. That'd be good.
I mean, if
No. Guys are going to go bang robots on the internet.
I was just gonna say there's probably gonna be robots on Tinder soon. That's how they train them, send them out into the real world.
Man,
Disclose that you're a robot?
It's so crazy because I remember when the AI women started popping up on Instagram, and you could still kind of tell it was AI, but you can't tell anymore.
really,
Yeah.
they're actually replying in context of the picture, or
What do you mean?
when they reply.
The original AI women were like, you could see like the weird hands and stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about AI accounts that will actually reply to.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like you'd open Instagram, maybe
Okay.
swiping, and Instagram would send you a recommendation of an AI woman, and you're like, that's not a real person.
Yeah,
But now
no,
it's
you can't tell.
yeah, and then they have AI bots who respond, and then dudes are sending them money.
Yeah.
At least it'll put an end to women in the workplace because OnlyFans.
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Fair
Put an end to women in that particular workplace.
No, let's get serious. Any job related to management, organization, or creativity will be taken over by AI.
Yeah.
This means that when it comes to labor, this is where there's still going to be a requirement for. There's still going to be a need for jobs to a certain degree. You go to any company, it's like, do you want the average woman or the average man? Average man's going to win every single time. You have a job that does sales and management and things like this. It's going to be like, AI can do it.
Yep.
You don't need people for these jobs anymore that are like white collar jobs are gone.
Yeah, just yesterday, the
And they can't-
Anthropic CEO said 50% of white collar jobs will be gone soon.
And you don't need, and women can't do port anymore because the robots will just make it.
Yeah, they're gonna do everything. There's robots building robots,
Yeah.
so you can't even get a job to build a robot.
No, the Optimus robot, once those actually can be put out into the wild and be autonomous, they're going to be able to do everything that humans can do.
Yep,
'Cause
Biden-
the world is designed for humans.
Exactly.
Biden was just the Optimus 2.0 alpha
Yeah.
model,
Yes,
with the skin suit on. That's why he walks like that.
exactly. Yep,
So we got robot presidents,
yep.
I mean,
according to Trump. YouTube's gonna put a Wikipedia tag on this video being like, Biden is not a robot.
yeah. Well, I mean,
What a stupid. Could you imagine if you were watching Fox News and like your cable provider like put a thing on the screen saying like they're wrong? That's just the weirdest thing ever.
It just makes it sound like it's more right than it is. Then, like,
Oh,
why,
yeah.
why do you feel the need to
Did you
say this?
Did you see the Babylon Bee article about Epstein?
No.
It said FBI confirms Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, proving once and for all that Epstein did not kill himself.
Yeah.
That was good.
No, the robots are coming. They're getting
what-
better and better.
So that's it for Gen Z. They gotta do sex bots.
I'm just ready for when everyone else realizes that these AI models are possessed by demons and we can have delirious jihad. and
Shane's
then,
like, now you're talking my
issue
language.
anymore.
Are it's preaching to the choir.
Yeah, right.
I don't
he's
think so,
talking to
man.
Demons.
I was explaining this. It was funny. Brett Dasovic sent me an article where Hollywood is already having AI studio conventions. They're already starting to ditch the normal way of doing things. And I think there was a news article today where Disney said streaming is dead.
Really?
I'm telling you where we're going to be. Here's my prediction. There's going to be no studios. It's going to be YouTube. YouTube, or if depending on which of these streaming platforms can succeed, because the IP they control. So like Disney has IP. So there's going to be YouTube, Disney, Paramount, but they're not going to make shows. There's going to be user-generated channels. So Shane, who has all this crazy knowledge about weird, crazy, otherworldly things, will open up the AI prompt, turn on his microphone, and just say, make a show where a guy explores, the moon and all these things. It'll render like a script. Shane will do some quick edits over a couple hours, hit render, it'll make it. He'll do a once over to make sure it's good. He'll upload it to his channel, and then people are going to log in to like History Plus, and they're going to tell their friends like, I love History Plus. Do you subscribe to Shane Cashman? Dude, his shows are so good. There's not going to be studios anymore. Anyone can make a movie. Anyone can make a show. It's just going to be people who are creative will have big followings because their movies are good.
And they'll be able to personalize. Like if it's a me show, if it's me, they'll be like, oh, I made Shane say this and that to fit my theories.
Yeah.
Like this. So it'll be hyper personalized, designer shows for everybody.
And video games.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. The people, they're doing that, right? Meta is building a giant world simulation right now. I believe it's Meta.
You ready?
That's how they're training their robots.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.